What in the world? This is the weirdest catch I've ever had. Alright, good morning everybody. Mike from FisherMN here. Back at it. Got a nice weekend to fish here in late September. Looking for some bass on a familiar body of water. And I always love when I get interrupted. And my intro by a bass. Ooh, this guy's we got a fighter. There we go. Well, let's just start out with a giant. All right. Look at this guy. Wow. Great fish to start. This guy says, enough talking, start fishing. Well, let's see what we got here to start out the day. Oh, let's start out with a 19.5. We got it, 19.5-inch bass. Giant. Beautiful fish. All right. Just gonna take a kind of a familiar line today. A lot of times I'll fish the other lake first. Last time out, this lake was pretty good. Just kind of like a secondary weed line. Last time out, I saw a lot of people throwing right up to shore, and that can be good, but right about where my boat is, there's also kind of a little weed line. Got on that 1/4 ounce custom chatterbait with a pearl white power stinger off the back. I believe this one's called Citrus Shad, and that first fish liked it. Got my scale if we get anything that looks close to a 5-pounder. That one was probably pushing 4 at 19.5 inches. So yeah, where was I? On a familiar body of water, looking to put some fish in the boat. I had some beautiful days this week. In fact, I got out after work, but nothing. I mean, one northern. My buddy Paul and I got out, and he got one northern, I got one northern, and that was it. So I was kind of thinking it's been kind of interesting this summer. Some of the most beautiful nights of fishing, or nights to fish, I have had not much luck. I'm in a spot where I'm bumping quite a few weeds just to see, because this water is 70 degrees. It's actually warmed up since the last time I was here. Maybe, just maybe, we got a little bit of a buzzbait potential here. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh. We got ourselves a gator. That was cool. Oh, wow. Look at that guy. That is a big old northern. Not able to get a front shot, but look at that guy. Big old northern. Whew. He just slammed it right by the boat. We got some bigger fish cruising in the shallows here. First 2 fish, pretty quality. Buzzbait is a great active way to search out bass. Great way to pick apart an area that maybe other lures might get caught. Like right here, we got a lot of, we're only in 2.4 feet. We got a lot of weeds right up to the top. Mentioned it before, it's kind of like a bladed jig above the surface. Or you could say bladed jig is a buzzbait below the surface. All right. Oh, there we go. Just say, all right, a couple more of this, and then we're gonna came back. Let's see what it was. Should have known. Should have known. Wow. Ooh. Maybe we don't just lift that guy in. All right. Another nice northern. Showed himself and then he came back. Well, buzzbait's getting some northerns excited. There we go. There's one of those ones where it just stopped. Guessing small northern. And I guessed right. Just a thump. Future 40-incher. There we go. The last couple have hit it right when it landed. There's a bass. I think it's a slinger in it. And we slung her in. All right. There we go. Oh, well, that one's getting bigger. All right. I thought I had a kind of a little guy just suck in this buzz bait, but look at this guy. Another big guy. All right. 19 1/4. Good picture of this guy. Beautiful fish. Second big guy of the day. Buzzbait right by shore here, just making a short cast, seeing if there's something swimming around. We got it. I can't say we have a pattern. However, we are picking them off here and there, and in between catching some big northerns too. There's one. Kind of paused it a little bit. Oh! Oh, man. That was another nice one. Oh, I didn't get a great hook set. Oh, man. All right. We are in the right spot for now. Always disappointing to lose a big one. A little easier to take when you've got a couple of big ones in the boat. I had a couple other ideas of where to fish today, because you know I come back to this lake quite a bit, but I knew that especially this side wasn't going to have any hunters on it, so that kind of helped shape my decision. And as you're seeing, there's always a chance at some bigger fish here. There's a fish. Boy, barely looked like it was taking it. All right. This is a chunky future 20-incher. I just kind of like, yep, I'm gonna eat that. All right, one more little trip back up this way. Pretty nice for shore. Slowed down on the second trip across. 3 bass, but all small. But overall, some big northerns. 2 big bass in the boat, another one on. Great way to start the day. But it's a big lake. We're gonna go explore. We can always come back this way. You know, it's one of those mornings where I was having a hard time getting up and I almost talked myself out of fishing. But all I have to do is think about what's coming in Minnesota. What's coming is months of not being able to be out here on the open water. That usually turns me around and gets me out of bed. So glad. What a great day so far. Hopefully you're enjoying this video. If you are, give it a thumbs up. And think about subscribing. This is pretty much what I do. I just get out and catch some fish. I've got a few videos where I'm recommending things or talking about techniques. But for the most part, it's just getting out and catching fish. Gonna fish our way up to this section between the different parts of the lake. This is a big island in front of me. We'll see if anything's hanging out in the gap. I'm guessing somebody probably fished this. You know, there's been a few boats out here, but I know the young guys that I saw were talking about docks. So they had some docks they went to fish. And then the other guy kind of came out towards me, but the guy that was in the blow-up raft, I bet he came through here. Ooh, there we go. Oh, that's a nice northern. Ooh. There we go. So it's good to get it around to the easier side. It's always fun on this lake when the northerns are in the channel here, because usually you can catch quite a few of them and they're pretty big. Look at this guy. Nice chunky northern. Pretty clear of weeds where we are right here. However, I see some bait fish down there, so these northerns might just be, with this wind coming through, sitting there and feasting on some panfish. That one's saying, don't put the frog away just yet. What do you think, we're gonna get it? Ready for a monster frog bass. Let's go. What in the world? What in the world? I feel like there was something on because I hooked the line. So let's see if we... Did we hook somebody's line? Alright, there's a fish on here somewhere in here. Oh, oh my goodness, it's a big old northern. I have no idea how we have this northern hooked, because it started fighting before my frog even got there. Alright, the northern is out. Had it in the net for a second. Question is it still on there? What in the world? This is the weirdest catch I've ever had. Oh my goodness. Look at this fish. There we go. Somehow, this giant northern grabbed my frog. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Let's get a quick front shot of him. That is a big northern. There we go. Not sure just what happened, but we got him. Whew. All right, so I threw my frog over, and all of a sudden, the weeds exploded. Well, my frog was way over. What might have happened is that line might have got caught because that northern, I think it just stirred up some panfish. And by the time I got my frog in, it ended up hooking them. And in about 100 pounds of weed, we got ourselves a big old northern. Unbelievable. I had thrown the frog originally because I saw something kind of poking up through here. I tell you, those Booyah Pad Crasher hooks are great. I didn't have them much but skin hooked, and they held. There we go. Hey, a bass. The fish are really light colored today. All right, future 20. Finding a nice active area here. Sometimes most predictable areas are the ones that produce. Well, there's the fish. Oh, that one's getting bigger as it comes in. All right. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a fish. Oh, how about a nice one? And he is off in the net. Credit the net guy for that one. All right, there's another nice one. I bet this guy's gonna be one of those longer than you think guys. Let's see what we got here. There we go. 17 and a half. Good fish. Right where you're supposed to be, in the point, on the point, around the point. Get the point? So that guy was right in the channel, kind of like that other channel, had some fish working. Glad we came over here. Got our slobber knocker black and bruised with a Okeechobee craw power stinger off the back. There we go. All right. Ooh. Is it a slinger? It's a half slinger. Good fish. All right, probably 15-incher. This has been such a fun day of fishing because pretty much everywhere we've gone, we've gotten one or two. A couple of big ones mixed in there. That's some fun stuff. There we go. Man, the bass in this lake are just chunky. Thought it was a 4-pounder. Future 20-incher. Lake 1 and Lake 2 both producing fish. Lake 1, a couple of 19-inch bass. Another one lost. Some couple of big northerns over there too. And then Lake 2, I think 17 or 17 and a half was the biggest bass. But you know what? Caught a monster northern right in here. Bladed jig and buzz bait were the ticket. Kind of just an assortment today. Like having this wind to kind of fire the fish up. Really great to get out and have a nice day after a weeknight trip that was beautiful but didn't produce hardly any fish. Still getting out here in Minnesota, late summer / early fall. I appreciate you watching this video. I will see you on the next one. Did somebody say bonus fishing? I think a little bit of bonus fishing would be great. And the last time we did bonus fishing, it was about 2.5 hours worth of footage that I was able to look at. So, and if I do them in order, it was probably last week's video. So I hope you're watching past the little end part there. Because sometimes, just sometimes, you gotta do a little bit of bonus fishing. Let's go over to First Lake. Fish on. There you go. That's why you stay. Bonus bass coming in. Alright, slinging in a couple pounder. There we go. Future 20-incher. There we go. Whoa. That knocked some slack into it. What we got? Whew. It's been a while since I caught a northern. I thought, man, felt like a 20-pounder. That's a nice one. All right, he doesn't want to be held up. Don't want to hold him up. Fine. All right, those northerns, man. He was pretty fresh too. There's a fish. All right, that's a better one. Big old bonus bass. There we go. 16 and a half. Good fish. It's a nice little kind of corner of the lake here that has actually quite a bit of weeds in it. So just moving slow through it, kind of casting and catching fish. Big bass. There we go. Right on cue. Man, what a jump. They're loving that custom chatterbait. 17 3/4. And he backed himself out. He let himself go. I'm putting it all together with these bonus fish and the other fish I caught. I got a couple of 19s, a couple of 17s, and a 16. That's a good day. All right, back down a shore that was productive this morning. A couple more nice bass in the boat. Other fish also. I got this kind of sunfish pattern bladed jig going on. Nice little stop. Thanks for watching the bonus fishing. I appreciate you staying all the way till the end. I'll see you on the next one.